Here we go, Tom. You see him. There's Ugly.
Carrying the big Ugly stick as usual. Ugly always a fan favorite here, not only in Algona, but throughout Iowa. Big-time fan favorite, over 15 years in the business. This man helped train a lot of the wrestlers you see on Absolute and other Iowa and Midwest-based promotions. Like I said, not only just a fan favorite, but look at him. Like, this guy knows how to rile the crowd in his favor, and he's going to need it tonight. Tough challenge here against the Golden God, Bryce Jordyn.
Yeah, this is an intriguing matchup when you look at it on paper because you have Ugly, who is a former heavyweight champion in Iowa. He's a former tag champion in Iowa. Has not won gold in APW, but he's had some success in APW in tag and singles action. And tonight we come back to Algona where he's had ups and downs, but mostly ups thus far. Only a loss to his name thus far in Algona. We've been here for 2 years, almost 3 now, so that's pretty good for the amount of shows we've had in Algona. He's going up against the guy, though, who has been a champion here in APW.
Let it settle right now. It is the Golden God coming through the curtain. Let it settle. Let it settle. Let it marinate. Let it cook, as the kids would say.
Boom, there it is. Punk Tactics, ready to go.
As you heard, one half of the boys, the first ever Absolute Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They lost those titles not too long ago in the Lou, the 319 of our current champions, Jay Wesley and Ethan Everhart. But Bryce Jordyn here in singles action. Shank not in the building tonight. Other obligations here tonight, but Bryce Jordyn, the Golden God, definitely up to the challenge here tonight against Ugly.
Yeah, the Shank not being in Bryce's corner feels a little weird. You almost feel like Bryce is a little naked without him. But in singles competition, Bryce, he's been very impressive, to say the least, in Absolute Pro Wrestling. And this is another chance for him. You got to remember as well that we saw him in Des Moines go against Aaron Von Baron, and he came up short in that matchup. So he's feeling a little pressure, getting ready for the cage match next week as well.
Ding, ding, ding goes the bell, and here we go. Our action starts off here in Algona. The Golden God against Ugly.
But again, next week, steel cage match, Waterloo, Iowa, and it's a fatal four-way for the heavyweight championship. Whoever the champion is between the Death Dealer and Aaron Von Baron, they'll defend it already after tonight. They'll defend it in a week against Victor Payne, Matty Starr, and against Bryce Jordyn. And I feel like tonight it's a good, you want to say warm-up match? Sure. You want to say it's a good feel-out match? Because Ugly is a veteran of the sport. Ugly's been in the business for so long now, and his tenure a little longer, or just as long actually, as Matty Starr's. So this gives Bryce a good chance to get in the ring with somebody who's very well-traveled and knows the ropes, like Ugly does.
A lot of reversals here between the two of them in that center of the ring, and then there's the flip. Bryce Jordyn takes the early lead right there, wrenching back on that arm. The referee for this match is Chris Hansen. Good to see him with the slick back hair. He's looking all fancy tonight.
Well, and it's great to have Chris Hansen back. We got him back here.
Just a one count in the corner there. Excuse me.
No, you're good. We had Chris Hansen back here as of August. He came back. People didn't know if doctors didn't know if he'd be able to ref again. So it's really cool to have him, especially back at home. He's really happy to be here.
Collar and elbow tie up there between the two as they get back in the action. He takes the leg, steps on over into a toe hold in a bit of a way, wrenching back, putting a little pressure on that Achilles tendon right there.
Terry Funk would be proud of that toe hold right there. I love it. But see, that's kind of that veteran game, though. That's something that Bryce doesn't really get applied on him a whole lot. He's not wrestling guys who kind of pick at him in unique ways. So for Bryce Jordyn, this is a great testament to what he's going to deal with in close to a week against guys like Matty Starr, guys like Victor Payne. A nice job there by Bryce to pick back at the leg of Ugly. I like that kind of tit for tat early on in this matchup.
As you should, and we want to shout out not only Clint Dye, our ringside photographer, but his young son Emmett getting in on the business already.
Emmett learning the ropes. He's got that roaming cam at ringside. We appreciate his efforts. He's trying to get the best shot right there. Good job, buddy. He's working his tail off just like Dad is to help bring you all the action inside the ring for Absolute Pro Wrestling. We appreciate his efforts at ringside right now. And again, Bryce Jordyn doing a really good job to contain all the shenanigans that Ugly brings to the table sometimes. Another good headlock takeover right there as well. But I think thus far, you really got to be, you got to give the due to Bryce Jordyn for the way he's handled what Ugly has thrown at him thus far.
Well, and as you mentioned, bit of a warm-up match here as Bryce is looking to gain singles gold here for the first time in Absolute Pro Wrestling. Some would say past due. Shot it to single gold, but that's your call, boss man. That's your call.
Well, and also think about this too. For Ugly, we talk about, this warm-up for Bryce, and it kind of almost is insulting to say a little bit. I'm sure Ugly wouldn't like hearing that cover. Almost surprised him.
Well, with Ugly's history with Aaron Von Buren, I mean, honestly, Bryce should be maybe in the locker room after this match getting a little bit of coaching from Ugly leading into next week.
Well, and you think about this, though. If Ugly can beat Bryce Jordyn tonight, what does that do for him? We're back here in Algona in close to a month, just over a month. When we come back December 7th, if he beats Bryce Jordyn, does he go on to face whoever the champion is coming out of the cage? Cover.
December 7th is almost 2 months away.
Yeah. Hey, you say that now. It's going to feel like 2 weeks away after tonight because of how things kind of approach. Hey, I've been training for a cage match, and things have creeped up on me faster than I could have ever imagined. But, again, for Ugly, this is not just a chance to be a very, very good in-ring competitor, but it's a chance for him to earn more opportunities. And I feel like that's kind of the story of Absolute Pro Wrestling. We're the land of opportunity for people to come in and really showcase what they can do in the ring and gain more opportunities more times than not inside that ring.
Great shoulder tackle there by Bryce, knocking Ugly down the ring, and then just a trip up. Smart move there by Ugly, trying to gain advantage, and then right into that side headlock. Wasting no time whatsoever. That's
part of that veteran mindset of Ugly. He has gone against a lot of the best and basically anybody and everybody. He's gone up against all sorts of wrestlers. And a nice shoulder tackle yet again by Ugly, showcasing his strength there. Looks good. He's been in the business for a hot minute, but he's still got the looks. Oh, and look at that. Again, the tip for tap from Bryce. Giving one back to Ugly. And you know what? Bryce looking a little frustrated, Tom, and I don't like that. I don't like that frustration coming off of the Golden God.
Well, no one does, but again, Bryce is a veteran as well. Getting a little shot to the chest there from Ugly, showing his own strength, and right on back to Ugly. Barely phased Ugly there,
boy.
Though.
This can only end one way, Tom.
A little bit of back and forth here. The applause of the plenty here in the Floral Hall.
There we go. Fisticuffs.
That's right. Just throwing those haymakers right back at.
Oh, boy. Well.
Dual shot. Those right hands connected at the same time. Chin for chin with those fists. Knocks the two men down.
That's the dangerous game you play.
Oh, that is part of pro wrestling. That's part of all combat sports. You never know when those knockdown shots are going to happen. Takes him over there with a headlock. Takes him over, then right back. Right to the chest. Ugly showing zero mercy. The Golden God right now. Steps over the top and splash right into Bryce Jordyn there for the 2 count. Bryce Jordyn a little slow to get up, using the ropes there for leverage. Ugly's just.
If you're Ugly, you gotta stay on top of him. That's the only thing I don't like about that approach. And maybe a lot of it could be due to his respect for Bryce Jordyn. I know he's frustrated. Nice knee by Bryce Jordyn. Follow-up cover.
Just a 2 count there for the Golden God.
And again, Ugly maybe not quick to the trigger because of the fact that he is so close to a Bryce Jordyn. He was able to help in the early beginnings of Bryce's career. Guys like James Jeffries obviously influencing Bryce's career as well. And
tossing Ugly right into the top turnbuckle there.
And a young Bryce Jordyn got to learn from those guys. And again, mentioning how Ugly was a mentor at first for Bryce, maybe that's why he was slow to the count. But Bryce Jordyn's not slow right now. He's getting on top. I like that follow-up cover out the hard buckle. 1, 2, only 2. It's going to take a little bit more to put Ugly down for the count, but again, a testament to what both men are capable of doing. I think Bryce does respect Ugly. I think both men have a very good amount of respect for one another, but I think it's just going to come down to who can hit that kill shot the best.
Chop to the chest there from
maybe
Bryce
first.
Jordyn. Calling for it now. Going top shelf on this. Oh, misses it completely.
Face first into that middle buckle. Clothesline in the corner, follow up by Ugly.
Getting that running start, and then delivers that clothesline shot into that corner. And Bryce goes down.
Oh, you know what comes next, Tom?
I do.
He is Iron Man. Rolling headbutt. Could be it. It is. Oh, no. He kicked out at 2. Wow. That rolling Iron Man headbutt. We've seen it put some guys down in the past.
Little off center there, though. Looks like he was trying to regain where he wanted to actually hit that, so he did not come across the body coming from the corner.
I do like the approach too, Tom. You know, you saw Bryce eat that middle corner, and then he took the headbutt afterwards. And look at that drop kick into the corner from Bryce. Now you got to get up, Bryce.
He might have hurt himself. You never know. Nope, never mind. Kip up. Look at the Golden God go. Look at the energy level now. Big elbow. Looking for another one. No, spear right there into the corner.
And shoves Ugly out of the corner. Might be thinking. And he is. Big sleeve. Oh, no. Caught him. Skull crushing finale. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Emmett captured that moment, Tom.
Yeah, Bryce Jordyn getting over to the ropes there just in time with that foot. Bryce is almost like reaching for Emmett there, trying to get the young man's camera right out of his hands.
I don't think getting Emmett out of the way is the problem right now, Bryce. Now Bryce in position, perched on the top rope. Dangerous territory for him.
Straight by Ugly right there.
Could be dangerous territory for both men, Tom.
Looking to get him up here. Big time suplex coming here from Ugly.
Watch this.
No, it's stuck by Bryce. And again, the attempt blocked there. Shots to the gut there from the Golden God. He's going to step through. Get some leverage going right there. Another huge strike there to Ugly. Folds him up.
You know what he likes
Gains
to do
his balance.
Super kick.
Sets him up perfectly as he just waits there. Sets him up in that torture rack position. A la Lex Luger. Here it is. Stomp his way to the middle of the ring. Torture rack. Bomb! There it is. The Golden God.
What a win for Bryce Jordyn. 1, 2, 3.
What in the world? We've not seen anybody kick out of that in Absolute Pro Wrestling yet. Even Bryce Jordyn's beside himself. Chris Hansen has no answers for the young man from Waterloo. And now frustration starting to set in on Bryce Jordyn. He's calling for a Destino.
Oh, he's
Thrown out by Ugly. Another attempt. No! Big time sidewalk slam. And another kick out there after 2 from Bryce Jordyn. And Ugly himself now is beside himself. Just waiting there, trying to understand exactly what he needs to do to put the Golden God away. Strike there from Ugly to Bryce Jordyn on the ropes there. Whips across the ring. Off the ropes comes Bryce. Blocks the hip toss attempt. Comes across now. Destino! There it is.
Time.
2, 3. And just at the end, just after the 3 count. Ugly gets the shoulder up a little late, but the Golden God, Bryce Jordyn, comes through, hitting a Destino for the victory. Ugly rolls out to the side, outside of the ring. And here's Bryce Jordyn now celebrate a big-time victory, gaining that momentum into next week's matchup in the cage, the 4-way for the Absolute Pro Wrestling title.